99 bottles, yeah, we've got 'em all. Line 'em all up and we'll drink till we fall. 'Cause Arthur Cantina's the best liquor store. Arthur Cantina, you'll never need more.
Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Arthur Cantina podcast. I'm your host, JP, with your other host, Anthony.
That's
me.
And
this morning, we are going to, or this episode, I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, we film in the mornings. We drink in the morning, baby. It's perfect. The way you had it was perfect. Perfect. Beautiful.
I want to show the sticker.
What's the sticker? That's a DOCG sticker.
Right.
It stands for Denomination Organization Control Guarantee.
Right. So DOCG.
There you go. I know my shit, man.
Denominazione Organizzata Controllata Garantizata, or whatever the fuck. Pretty much what it means is government verifies, certifies this Prosecco, this wine, because this is just apply to Proseccos.
Here you go, Joseph.
This is authentic Italian wine from that region. So there's a little bit of a back and forth, a little political process, I assume. I don't really know how you get the DOCG. I know there's a bunch of like rules, but pretty much you have to have that particular grape that originates from that area, grows in that area, and then the government comes and verifies and certifies it. So I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but if you look at the label, the DOCG label, it's got a little QR code on it.
Perfect.
And it's got a little serialized number. And this is just so the government can verify, kind of give a seal of approval. It almost looks like money too, if you look at the little stickers.
It does kind of look like that, like the European funny money that they got.
The euro?
Whatever they want to call it. I thought that's something the Greeks eat.
Euro?
Well, they euro.
I don't think
This is Prima Perla, right?
Yeah, Prima Perla. It's 100% Glera. That's the grape. You're going to find that almost every Prosecco, unless it's something, special. Typically dry, clean, crisp, almost no acidity. Has kind of a champagne-y nose.
Yeah. I mean, it's Italian champagne to a lesser degree, right?
Yeah.
It's in a fancy bottle. There's a cork. You pop it. You go, oh, everybody pours it. They can do a toast. And if you ask me, I think the Italians do everything better than the French. So, better food, better drink, better women. How you know?
Well, interesting fact. I was looking up some stats. At one point, who was the highest exporter of wine? And it was the Algerians. They were on top from like the 60s, I believe.
The Algerians?
Yeah, they were pumping out wine because they were a French colony.
Makes sense.
And the French were just pumping all the wine out of there and shipping it all over the place. At some point, I guess they thought to boost French sales instead. So they started cultivating more. And if you look at this chart little by little, Algeria gets knocked out of the top position. And towards the end of this chart, you see Italy and France going back and forth. Who is the number one exporter of wine globally? And it's usually one of the two. Sometimes it's the French, sometimes the Italians. They go back and forth.
What do you think makes, what country do you think has most underrated wine?
Well, the United States has a lot of prestige now. It was underrated 100 years ago. No one even thought about the United States. Now we're up there. I'd say we're number 2 or 3, depending on who you
But I'm saying,
out.
like, there's...
Who's the most underrated?
There's, like, Argentina, there's New Zealand. I'm sure there's some wines from, random countries that probably never even had yet.
Well, I don't know. I really don't know that answer anymore.
Wines of the world, man.
I used to be more into the international varietals, but as we're changing our scope at the store, we're focusing primarily on Italian wine with a little bit of American wine and a very small selection of French wine. We've strived away from the South African wines, the Argentinian wines, the Spanish wines, the Portuguese wines. There's a lot of good stuff out there. I think Spain maybe is the most underrated. They have a lot of good varietals, a lot of good Riojas that are just crazy in flavor, crazy in price too. For whatever reason, doesn't do good over here.
When people come in, I mean, typically outside of Italian wines, they'll ask for French and they'll ask for Spanish. I get people like, oh, yeah, any Spanish wines. And like you said, we have some Rojas, right? Riojas?
All right, we got like 2, I think. We got more French than we do Spanish.
I think a lot of people ask for Argentinian wine as well. And the occasional Chilean wine, but, you know, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
The Chileans have good stuff too. I mean, but it's all subjective and it's all price point sensitive. Argentina makes a ton of good stuff that's cheap and affordable. But they're not really knocking out of the park. Like, you don't have like an Opus One of Argentina.
The problem with my biggest problem with the Chilean wines is like when you order wine from them, they might send you a totally different wine.
Oh, that should roll into our segment, Goofy of the Week.
We haven't had a Goofy of the Week. This might be the first Goofy of the Week of the year.
Oh, he did 2 Goofies this week.
2 Goofies of the week.
I'll let you take it out. I'll let you take the reins on that.
I mean, I don't even think we should. We might have to edit all this out because it just looks bad on us. Like we send the wrong bottles because we have an idiot.
No, because if anything, we're on top of what we're doing and we're trying to get better at what we do. And a lot of businesses have this problem.
That's true. Recently I've ordered something for Christmas and it was like, you know, the wrong size. And, you know, it was this, it was that. So they shipped the wrong one. And that leads us to our Goofy of the Week. Our resident Chilean will remain unnamed, but let's just say he has had a heart attack. He's dressed in a Spider-Man costume. He's done it all. And sometimes if you order, you know, a batch of whiskey that you wanted, he might send the other batch because he didn't read the complete title of the product. And then sometimes when he goes to ship 4 bottles, he only ships 2. After I tell him, "You sure you're gonna fit 4 in that box?" And he says, "Yes, I can." And then the next day he goes, "Oh, try only ship 2s." So that's like an in-house Goofy of the Week. Now, people watching the podcast are not gonna understand it, but like it was a, you know.
So when you place an order at thecantina.com, we see the order, right? It's either usually me or JP. We make sure the order's correct. Like, we got it in stock and, you know, you're not shipping it to a P.O. box or something funky like that. It's all copacetic. We confirm the order, we print it out, and then our shipping department, our shipping team, our sole shipping manager, he
Fez are like one of those like green little one of those visors, you know, trying to make sense of stuff.
He's in charge of looking at the order, reading what it is, and saying, "Okay, this is such and such," and packing your order. We put a bunch of checks and balances in place. You know, it all goes out the window when you put the wrong item in the box anyway. So, I don't know, maybe you're a shipping expert, you're watching the show, you got a tip for us on what we can do to make it easier. I guess, I don't know how to make it any easier. But goofs happen. The important thing is what you do after the goof has happened. So a customer sends a nasty email. I mean, not nasty, they're upset. And you got to look at it and deal with it and find the best solution. Try to calm them down. Do work I don't need to do because I'm, you know, trying to do other things. Now I got to stop what I'm doing to deal with this irate customer off of someone else's Goofy. So don't get me wrong. You're in the store, you make a Goofy under someone's watch. You're gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it.
Now you guys heard about it too.
What else? He did that. That was one. The Varick. Oh, and the Weeded. All right.
The Weeded. He did the
just
Varick and the Weeded.
Just this
the
week.
Weeded, he sent the wrong one. The Varick, he sent too little.
What do you think we shipped out? 25 packages, 50 packages this week? 2 out of 50. The fail rate is 4%.
That's not good. We gotta get that down.
That we know of, because we don't know if, you know, anyone else didn't get like a weird bottle or something else that they weren't supposed to get.
That's also true. I mean, then like, yeah, that's true. I mean, it's one thing during the holidays when we're getting like hundreds of packages, like almost a day. We can ship out, you know, so many. Okay, something slips through the cracks here and there, but dry January where, you know, there's not as much action. Speaking of dry January, it's February now. Losers, start drinking again. Get back on your addictions and start drinking again, you losers.
I got family to feed, goddammit.
Yeah, you're not gonna fix your marriage by stop drinking. It's only gonna make it worse because you're gonna be sober.
If anything, a lot of problems are going to come to the surface that you were masking before.
What I was saying, we had less orders, and some goofies get in the goofy zone and they go on autopilot and they'll ship something wrong. And
Well, what else happened to him this week?
his car technically got broken into, but they didn't steal anything.
He got broken into by the Bronx Joker.
Yeah.
So there's this guy who's going around garages in the East Bronx, breaking into the garage, breaking the window of almost all the cars in the garage, and then not stealing anything. Just causing mayhem.
I kind of like it.
It's kind of funny.
As long as it's not me.
I would get pissed if he did it to me. But this guy's on video just smashing everyone's window. And according to Fez, he says the lady next to him had got her window smashed. He took out her sunglasses, put it on the hood of her car, and put $1 underneath it. I don't know what the message he's sending. I have no idea what this guy's trying to get done. But he got my attention. He Fez his day up.
Yeah, and then he up in order.
He up in order because he's all flustered.
Whatever. It happens. So wait, what are we drinking this Prosecco for? You said you're supposed to pair it with the pancakes, but you ate it.
Right, I ate them while you were, I was going to talk about it once you were done talking. So I looked up, quick pairing pancakes, what it had with them. It said Moscato and it said Prosecco. I think the Prosecco actually is a better pairing because sometimes I feel like you already have the carbs from the pancake, and if you add more sugar to it with the maple syrup, it'll just give you like a sugar headache. This actually worked out really well. I had a piece of pancake with nothing on it, paired great. Had a little bit of maple in one of them, even better because the sugar contrasted with the Prosecco. It's a little dry, so it balanced it out. And I had some with butter, and that was good too. So, quick, simple pairing. Now you're drinking again on the mornings.
Breakfast with Anthony. That's it. This is what you drink with breakfast.
Have a little Prosecco, have a little pancake. That's it. You got your family over for like an early brunch because, maybe you do your Sunday dinner as a Sunday breakfast. Who the hell knows?
Well,
And you want to have a little bottle of bubbly.
These ladies like to drink Prosecco for brunch, right? They do, what are they called? Mimosas?
Speaking of,
there you go. He's got it ready.
Make a little mimosa right now.
We're going to just end up becoming a breakfast pairing podcast. We've done, I think, bacon, egg, and cheeses. We've done donuts, I think, which is one of our best pairings we've done, quite honestly.
I walked out with a headache. I sacrificed my body for this show.
Well,
you want OJ?
No, just...
No OJ?
Yeah, I don't mess with OJ. It gives me agita. I love oranges. I love orange juice. It just gives me such agita.
This show is sponsored by Tropicana. Get the pulp. Get the no pulp.
I said some pulp. Shout out
Get
Tony
some
Sopranos. All right, dude. This Prosecco kind of is like... I'm not a big fan of Prosecco, but this is like easy drinking. Smooth.
I feel like if Prosecco's done wrong, it has like a shitty aftertaste. Like a nasty aftertaste.
I'm
not a pleasant one.
No aftertaste on this.
Yeah, very clean, crisp, champagne-y nose. So I guess that's the yeast or maybe the lees that you're smelling, which to me is indicative of a quality Prosecco. I don't think it's going through champagne method, but something close to it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It
That's nice.
Words.
That's very nice.
Yeah, very champagne-y on those.
I'm not a one for, I hate the idea of brunch, but this is actually very tasty.
But it's also, we're having it, truth be told, room temperature. It's not even cold.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier to drink because cold adds an element. Maybe, it's nice. I like a cold glass of water, but like it's, for lack of a better term, like spicy. Get that bubbly action going down. You go, like, but this, I just could drink it it's like I'm drinking it like water, which could be a bad thing when you're, at a bottomless brunch with the ladies, and next thing you know, Janet's throwing up everywhere because she had too much crema perla, and Francesca's upset. She threw up on her shoes or something.
When I see those brunches and they have like a big cross-dressing guy, lady, whatever, doing like a somersault in the middle of the brunch, spinning around, going crazy.
Wait, when did you go to this?
I didn't go to any of them, but I just see these videos online. Like, brunch was crazy. And it's some like 400-pound guy in a pink onesie with makeup and hair on. And he's like, he's doing all kinds of like tricks. He's like splitting. He's doing all kinds of crazy shit.
It's not the only tricks he can probably do.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he does some other stuff. But I just like...
It's funny. It reminds me of a time where...
It's kind of funny.
My old job, I was working in Chelsea. So there you go. This is why you can have a cross-dressing man dancing around. But it was someone's birthday, and I know that, obviously I know it was my brother's birthday. So they end up being a couple blocks down, like a block down at some bar. And I don't think it was brunch. It might have been like lunch. So I run down there before I leave to say, happy birthday and whatever. And I know it's surprising me, or shock him, he wouldn't know. And I come in there, and it was like a freaking party. It's a bunch of women drinking Prosecco, whatever the hell, the mimosas. And that literal thing you explained happened. It was just a giant guy in like a dress and tights, like doing cartwheels down the whole thing. And he lands in front of me. He's like, hey. And I was like, get the out of my face. I go to they go to the back where the table is. Happy birthday, everyone. My brother, all his friends are going crazy. They couldn't believe I'm there. I'm dressed. I'm like dirty because I just came from a work site. I'm dirt and dust all over me, my boots on, and this 7-foot-tall monster in makeup and a dress is flipping around. Like, all right, I gotta get the hell out of here.
What a spectacle.
Enjoy.
What a spectacle.
Yeah, great country, America.
Maybe we're Rome. I don't know. Maybe it's just
the
Rome
fall
again.
of Rome.
The vomitorium in the back of the brunch party place, and supposed to be at church on Sunday and reflecting on things, and you're over there drinking,
they're doing that,
eating,
laughing in the face of God.
Bottomless pits of food and bottomless drinking. Yeah, I don't know. What else happened this week? You had the airplane crashes.
Oh,
you had the poor kids who died in the
it was a
Potomac. What was it? What
the Potomac River. It was like a skate team, they were all like teenagers.
I haven't really read up on it.
It was like passenger plane, but I know there was like a Russian skate team, like an ice skating team. And they were all young kids. Black Hawk helicopter flew right in front of them, which is very weird. Some people saying, "Oh, maybe there's software. Someone's hacking software or something."
Nah,
I don't buy all that.
Listen, this is my theory. I have no basis in reality, but I'll tell you what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. There was a woman flying the helicopter. It's the problem. It's a joke. But whatever.
Poor lady.
So what were you?
Well,
take the heat off me, please.
What I was gonna say, what changed in the last year? The whole rise of mocktails, this whole dry January thing. You people forget, these pilots are drunks. Mm-hmm. They like to drink. You're throwing them off their game by telling them don't drink in January. Have a mocktail for $25 instead. That's just some herbs and violet water in a glass somewhere. And you people think this is good. See what happens? You have 2 plane crashes that you haven't had and happened in 5 years, 6 years. All of a sudden now all these planes are going down. You had the medevac plane that crashed in Pennsylvania. You had this plane that crashed right by Ronald Reagan Airport.
Well, there was a couple planes that crashed a couple months back too.
We don't talk about those.
They didn't have it in our country. But man, the pilots get the shakes when they don't got the booze in them.
These guys like to drink, man. They love to drink. Let them drink.
Don't drink and drive. But it's okay to fly.
Fly and drive.
Yeah, fly, drink and fly. Drink and fly. Too many mimosas already. But I wanted to do paper planes, but Anthony said that would be in poor taste. So
yeah,
we went with Prosecco.
I don't even think I like that drink. I think I've had it a few times.
Yeah, I think
I'm
not a big fan.
I'm not crazy about it.
What is it? It's whiskey, some sort of like Aperol or something, and bitter. I don't know.
I've had it like 3 different occasions, 3 different people, 3 different areas. Sucked every time.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it.
I'm not a big fan of mixed drinks. I do actually. A couple nights ago, I had a coconut margarita or something. It was actually delicious. I think it was made with mezcal. It was very good.
You sure you weren't at one of those brunches?
No, it was late night at a bar.
A 7-foot tall clown didn't come out the closet.
No, I mean the waiter we were questioning. We didn't know what he was, they was, whatever. But God bless, they made a great drink. Very nice waiter, very nice. Tipped them great, so tipped them great.
The last cocktail I remember that I really liked was that Caprese drink in that bar down where Oliver took us. Crap. Martinis.
I don't talk about that place, man.
That was the last good cocktail I've had. That was a very memorable cocktail. It was delicious. It tasted like cheese, tomato sauce, and basil. It was fantastic. It was and it was clear. It was clarified. It was a great cocktail.
Yeah, whatever. I don't like that place, man.
They could work on their.
Don't go to my.
They could work on some other stuff, but their cocktails are good. Whoever making them was doing a good job.
Well, I mean, the last time we were there was also nice too for the Ardbeg event. There was like some nice hors d'oeuvres going around.
Very nice cut of what did they bring up? Like filet mignon bites. They were good. They were really good.
They had like sea urchin too. It was weird.
Yeah, I didn't eat that. I don't like sea urchin.
That was actually good. That was not bad.
I don't F with that. Sea urchin's weird to me.
F with that.
Yeah. Trying to save Joe a couple bleeps.
Have a little more Prosecco?
Whatever you want, darling.
Just a little bit. Okay. Grassy. All right. That's a whole glass. We're using
Prosecco.
I don't know if you could tell. Shout out Nicole for the glasses again.
You can't see shit.
Can't see shit, but
okay.
they're there. It's there. ACP. If we got, I don't know if I think we could put like a little vote, like a little poll in our description, but we should do that. If you want Nick on the podcast, yes or no.
Do you want Nick? Yes, no. Who the hell is Nick?
Yeah.
I'll give you a little answer on who Nick is. Nick is a very weird, complex Albanian person. Very, very strange. He's a very nice guy, but he's very, very... The things he doesn't make any sense. So if you want him to defend himself, he's got to come on the podcast. Otherwise, we're just going to keep taking digs at him.
I think we should take shots on him.
We're going to take digs at him until he gets on here.
Yeah.
Then we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He was one of our biggest fans. He made us his glasses. He
does watch every episode.
Yeah.
He does send me messages. He says, you are disgusting me by eating. He goes, you're making me want to kill myself and jump off a bridge because all this chomping and sucking and slurping on the podcast.
He got upset with the Krispy Kreme episode. He said it was one of the worst ones. I thought that was one of the best ones we did because I was like, wow, we really, we did the legwork. We figured out a pairing that no one could imagine.
And I think also in that same tone, makes a lot of sense to give the episode a little bit of pre-thought, put together an episode, do a little bit of homework, don't come unprepared. I liked it. We tried doing like the unprepared thing, and I think
it's no
we
good.
floundered, we flopped.
Yeah, we either fly or flop.
Yeah. So I give it a little bit of, I did that this morning. I just looked up quickly what pairs with pancakes.
But you ate all the pancakes before.
Well, I had some there. I was tasting it while I was drinking. So the pairing works. A little bit of maple syrup with this, we're good. That's all you need. I didn't have no bacon, no eggs. I just did straight up pancakes.
I had bacon, egg, and cheese, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to get the pancake.
Shout out M&G's.
Purest form. M&G.
Supplying the neighborhood with breakfast. The only place that does breakfast around here.
No one from M&G is going to watch this, so I can talk really thoroughly about M&G and what you should do when you go in there. You see the guy grilling, cooking, that's what you're going to order. Don't order anything else. Don't order anything funky. Yeah. Don't get the fried fish. Don't get the tuna. I love the tuna.
You tried to get the tuna the other day.
I tried. I asked the kid, I'm like, yo, is it fresh? He's like, no. Like in a really nice way without anyone looking at what he was saying. He's like, no. I was like, okay, not getting the tuna. Last time I got a tuna, I went on a delivery to Brooklyn, deep into Brooklyn. I had to pass through the Hasid Brooklyn. It was crazy. I get there, I make the delivery, and I can feel my guts boiling. My intestines are just going crazy. And I'm like, there's no way. I start sweating. My hands were getting clammy as I was dropping off the cases. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make this back. There's no way I'm getting back an hour. The best case scenario, traffic and everything, there's no way I'm making it back. So I start scrambling and I go, I gotta use a bathroom. And this is not like a bathroom on a tree in the woods somewhere. This is I need a whole bathroom with the door that closes and everything, not like a public one. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure anything out. The only thing that clicked into my head was a public library. I was like, I know the public library has a bathroom. So I scrambled on my phone to find one while I'm holding on to dear life. Well, I didn't even think about that. And then, I don't know, I probably would have killed everyone in Starbucks. So I find a public library, I pull in, I find a spot somehow in Park Slope, Brooklyn, right there. I run inside. The lady, it's still pandemic time, so everyone's got masks on. And the lady looks at me a little crazy. I'm like, hey, lady, where's the bathroom in here? And she's like, oh, it's up over there. You have a library card? I was like, no. I threw a 20 on the table. She's like, what are you doing? And like I ran to the bathroom. Thank God there was no one there. It was a single bathroom. I
threw 20 down to tip the librarian to get to the bathroom.
I blew that bathroom up. Blew it up. And it was like, oh my God, thank God. Like it was a symphony. Like birds were like flying. It was like a beautiful moment once I evacuated whatever was inside me. And whatever was inside me was that tuna fish from M&G. Now, I'm cleaning up, right? And some lady's banging on the door, like, please hurry up. I need to use the bathroom. So I'm like, okay. Like, I'm, trying to hurry up. And she's just like banging on the door. And I'm like, damn, this lady got M&G tuna fish too.
She might have M&G.
Well, like, all right, whatever. So like, I finished cleaning up. I opened the door and poor lady, she almost knocked me over running inside. God knows what she smelled when she went in there. It must have been, I can't even compare it. What kind of smell?
But you know what? She must have not have cared. If she, you know what I mean?
The lady didn't care.
You probably go in there, you get hip, and she's like, "Listen, I gotta drop a bomb myself."
I'd rather drop a bomb in here than drop a bomb in my pants. And walk home.
But besides that, M&G, Great Backyard Egg and Cheese, turkey, egg and cheese on rye with
tuna
mayo.
fish. Do not get the tuna fish from M&G.
But get the pancakes, I guess.
Shout out to the public library system. Thank you for.
That's how you know you're a child of the public education. You went to regular grammar school, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I would never go to the public library.
Dude, it was, thank God. I don't know why the idea popped into my head. I was like, you have to have a bathroom. Like I was scrambling with my thoughts in my car.
Some weird childhood thing clicked in.
I was like, public library. Oh. And I walked out of there like $1 million. I walked out. I was like, see you guys later.
Didn't even
Thank
get
you.
a book.
The lady was still like, why you tip me? I'm like, buy lunch. I walked out. Got in the car, drove home.
Get some coffee. Get coffee. I love when people do that. They give me like a $5 bill for coffee. I go, oh, thank you so much.
That was hell. And that's how we're going to end this podcast this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember the pairing.
Tuna in. Get
it? I miss it too, guys. I love tuna. I love like that cafeteria tuna fish. Good tuna. Stay safe. Make sure your pilot has a drink before he flies a plane. And take care.
Goodbye, everyone.
Arthur Cantina, we're really glad you came. We won't forget your face next time, but might forget your name.